Welcome all, my name is Tawess, and how about we have a conversation about failures? Because there is a lot of talk about people succeeding in stuff, doing crazy stuff. You see it all the time, especially now when you watch more YouTube than ever, because a lot of you are locked inside and not allowed to go out. Well, today I'm going to talk a bit about the thing that not that many people talk about, which is what comes before success. What you see in front of you is basically a big pile of failure. I'm going to add in a bit more failure just to... still sticky. Just to show off that I actually do have those things too. I have failed dice, I have failed casts, I have some successful casts but failures in their own right anyway, because they're... most of this is overcast. Things have been left over when I've done other things. I have a die that actually sat on. It's good otherwise, but I sat on it. I mean, this one I could almost have tilted the right way. I could almost sell this one as good solid die. It's like, oh yeah, this is good looking. And you flip it to this side, you realize there's a big blob there, and then you see the corners are pitted, and I mean, it's not unusual as a die, but it's definitely a failure. And this is just the things that still was intact when I got them out. There are a lot of things that just fell apart. I have a basically I have a had an entire bag of things that were so sticky that I literally couldn't do anything about them. I can show a little bit of that here. Let's see now. Oh, as you can see, this I ruined a silicone/latex pad. This black stuff you see there that looks like venom had a sneeze on it is pre-dyed resin, was I'm going to say. And I somehow messed up the hardening ratio completely. So until I can get a hold of some isopropyl alcohol, which I don't really feel like trying to do right now, because it is a cleaning agent, and there are definitely places that need it more than I do, because this thing doesn't harden ever. This is gonna sit here until I get a hold of that. But yeah, I had an entire bag of this. My original Sophie and Toffee mold also suffers from this, because I tried to cast the leftovers in this. So yeah, it's in not a particularly good shape either. So yeah, this is how a learning process what it looks like. And I'm gonna say it's been fun. Not fun in that sense, at least. I mean, it had been fun to learn, figure things out, but at the same time, you kind of want things to succeed from the start. Be like, oh, I really want this to work. Well, guess what, bucko? It doesn't. Not always, at least. Now, I'm still enamored with how crystal clear this resin is, though. It's beautiful. It's wonderful. But as it's a steep learning curve, this still hasn't completely hardened either. It's still tacky on the top. I'm not going to touch that. But yeah. I'm not going to touch that, he says, and immediately drops it. But I think it's important to show this. Not only because it's a fun time capsule for me, to see where I am now, where I'm going to be later on, but it's also good to show that you can fail. That it's okay to fail. That in fact I would consider failing to be required for progress. You really can't get better without failing. And that's important to understand right now, because a lot of people right now are throwing themselves into new projects they haven't done before. Trying things they never tried before. And it's important to understand that no one is born a master. And sometimes failing is the best way to get a good idea of what you're doing, where you're going. So you can go from this to this. 2 different castings. Massive difference. I mean, if you look at this one, it's almost usable. Sorry, not a cold, allergies. Also wonderful thing to have right now, can I tell you that. Allergies are wonderful. So yeah, I don't know, I didn't really have much to say about this. In reality, I just felt like I should put forward that sometimes you fail. No, look at this. It's not a great example. I was intending to make a Doctor Who die. Because... And I made the TARDIS way too shallow, way too small, with way too small detail for my FDM printer. If I had a resin printer, it would probably be good, but my printer couldn't handle it. Lesson learned. You rinse, you repeat. Well, in this case I printed 3 of them and they all came up pretty cockeyed. So, with that said, I think it's important to sit back and enjoy the things that do go as intended, but also accept that a lot of things won't. And if you try hard enough, often enough, in the end you're going to come up with something that at least looks decent. Something that looks like a thing. I mean, as I said, look at this. For what it's worth, it's almost a dice. That's a die. It's not particularly good one, but it is one nonetheless. It's gonna be remade too at some point. It's a good design, it just needs improving a bit. So don't be discouraged if you should happen to fail a bit. It's part of growing. And right now, if you're caught home in quarantine, that's one of the best times you're ever gonna have to grow a bit. So, I don't know. I'm going with that one. I completely lost my thread of thought. Sorry. Anyway, update on things. Well, we are supposed to have a package arriving from Sophie and Toffee soon with the... What's it, the Under the Sea was called? Or Treasures of the Sea or something like that. We are going to have to look into that one when that comes around. But right now I don't know when it comes because I don't have any shipping information yet, and they're supposed to ship this next week, so at some point it will show up. I'm pretty sure there are people out there who already gotten theirs, so yeah, we'll simply deal with that when it shows up. Beyond that, we are painting mechs right now. We have an adorable little fella over here, which is actually more or less done. There's a commando painted as Master Chief because I simply had to. And then it's a work in progress. You're gonna see another video based on this one later on, which is a very, very pink catapult. Basically inspired by Diva's mech, to be quite honest. I kinda got that. But that's another video for another time. This was just a sneak peek if you're still here at the end. I don't think anyone is, actually, but if you are, that's great. So, until next time, stay safe, be kind, and play fair. Bye.